Okay, this is an Arduino based system for controlling points and sensors on a model railway. I've been asked if I can show some of the features that I've included on this. You can see here that we've got LEDs showing the position of each of the points, and we can throw a point and we can change that position. Now you'll notice that as we throw the point, they're flashing blue. That's basically because we would want to, if we had a very slow speed of throw, that might take a second or two. So we can change the speed if we want to by pressing this encoder button in 4 times. So by pressing it in 4 times, you can see now that the calibrate light is now flashing. So if I was to change one of those points, that's the speed we were already at, and I can slow that right down. And now you can see there. In fact, you could probably see it better on the layout if I can zoom in. Okay, so that's a bit, as you can see there, we can see that's one position there. Let's slow it right the way down, and as you can see, that's very, very slow. And moving back again, and or we could speed it right the way back up again, and then run it like that. So if I was to press the encoder button straight in now, it would cancel it and put it back to the speed it was. If I pressed and held it, it would record it into EEPROM, and that would be the new set speed. But I'm just going to give it one little press to exit that, and that's now put it back in. We've got some other functions on this as well. If I was to give it 2 short presses, that might have been 2, yep. You can see now that the LEDs have changed colours. That's now pairing those points which are very, very close together, which would normally always operate as a pair. So for instance, 11 and 12 are paired together. So if I threw 11, point 12 were moving together. In fact, I wonder if you can see that on there. And there we go. So if you can, that might not be in shot. So if I do that, we can see both 11 and 12 are moving in tandem. But you actually notice that they're opposite to each other. And we can do that in the code quite easily. So there's just one line there. You just tell which points need to be paired with which. So we go back to here again. Other functions are if we were to press it, I was pressing it 4 times. We press it 2 times. Oh, that was 2 times. So we can press it twice again, and that now will take us out of that mode. It's recorded into EEPROM, so that is now the standard operating mode. If I hit it 3 short times, I messed up on that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, you'll notice that 12 is now flashing. Yellow. That now has moved the servo for point 12 into the center position, which is useful to variables. If we're changing a servo or putting the point in for the first time, for any maintenance work, it's useful to be able to do that. Just pressing that once again will get rid of that. So you'll also notice that the points have got, the switches have got a 3rd position on them. At the moment, they've got this bright blue light flashing, but that won't be the case in the final version. And the points are alternating. Normally speaking, I'll just put that back to there again. See, normally speaking, we've got JMRI running up here. And again, I'll try and zoom in on the screen so you can see a bit clearer. Okay, hopefully you can see point 12 there in the bottom right-hand corner. So if I was to throw point 12, I'll throw it on the switch panel now. Obviously, JMRI is going to pick up that, and it's now updated the position of point 12. But if I click on JMRI, you'll notice that nothing happens. It's not changing at all. But if I was to give JMRI control, which is throwing that switch back into that downward position, again, now JMRI has control, and by doing that, JMRI will be able to control the point. And as you can see on the layout, where is it? There we go. As I click on point 12, it changes the point. So we can give JMRI control or for any individual point or a whole group of points. So, which is quite useful. So, for instance, we could do that and that and that. So now JMRI has got control of the points going around the outside. In fact, we can give it control of that one as well and control of that one. And so now JMRI could now automate control for trains going around, and we could have two trains because we've got a passing loop in the middle there, whilst at the same time we can still do shunting in this position manually. So it gives us that option, operating option as well. So taking back control on those points. We've also got sensor monitoring on JMRI. If we looked at the screen, we can see that there's that block in the middle at the bottom. It's red. That indicates that, I've over zoomed it. That indicates that point 11, that block is now occupied, and we can run a train on. So if I just start a train running here, I'm trying to do it through there we go, that's better. Okay, as you can see, as it's going around, I picked a bad block there because that's a big one. Let's speed it up a bit, take it around that block. Okay, it's coming towards the end of the block now, so you should see that's now there we go, it's taking round, and this is going to go across the loop. Just checking it's actually all switched the right way. And again, we can see on here, if I just reverse the loco, we can see it there going around the loop, and it's just updating those occupation sensors as it goes around. Okay, so I hope that's been interesting. And as I say, when I get this is still in. It's still in sort of early days on this, really. All of this is going to get rebuilt when for the final version, but it's just a proof of concept to show that yes, here it is, and this is how it would work. We've got a level a turntable, which if I was to press on one of these buttons here on the turntable, you would then be able to move the turntable from one position to the next, as you can see there. And again, on the screen, you can see there that the turntable position is updating. I'll just move it to another position. So that's now beginning to move. You'll notice it goes off. And this should be one that's almost vertical, I think, I pressed. We'll see where there, we're just approaching now. And it's not the vertical one, it's the one before it. And then we can see here now on the turntable as it turns. So we'll put it away. Let's bring it back one. So we can see there as it's now going backwards. And you'll notice it overshoots and then comes back again. That's because it always needs to finish on a clockwise movement so that it takes up the slack in the gearbox on the motor. And likewise, we can send it back to the other one. You notice it'll accelerate as it gets further. So it's accelerating now. That's about maximum speed. And as it approaches, it will decelerate. And again, that's controlled by this. In fact, if we just very quickly, I'm way over the time I said I was going to do on this, but never mind. So if we open this up here, see behind it, you can see there the two circuit boards which are running. So that Arduino there is running the points. That Arduino is running the turntable. Both are sending information back using these RS485 modules, and the light pipes are running NeoPixels, so that they're putting obviously the NeoPixels are far too big to squeeze in around the points there, so they're just using light pipes to transmit the light through. So okay, well yeah, that definitely is it this time. Thanks for watching.